Some of our best members at Hub Garage are the artists, and one of the kings of that art is Max Grundy. I'm here with him now. Max, good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Let me ask you about your experience on Hub Garage. You've been on there since pretty much the beginning. How's it been for you?
Really good, man. It's been just amazing how, well, first of all, how many great artists there are on there. You know, not only is it a great community to have all these various people with different types of cars and different interests all on there together, which is cool. But I was really surprised. That was one of my first impressions, is how many good automotive artists there were. You know, like people will friend request me, and I'm like, wow, I got a lot to learn from this guy. You know, so.
Well, with your stuff in particular, I know your motto is "Fear is the new beauty," which is very cool. Tell us about what inspires you and about your theme, because there's a very distinct theme to your artwork.
You know, I think in a nutshell, I think the thing that inspires me the most is just stuff from the 40s and 50s. You know, I really love poster design from those eras, like science fiction movies, B-movies, horror movies, propaganda, old comic book covers, you know, I think are really cool. Like, I just love everything from the 40s and 50s, you know. There's sort of this, like, dark edge to things, you know, that really inspires me. And so I guess I try to take those darker aspects and sort of bring it into a contemporary context. So I guess it's sort of like a retro futuristic approach to art making.
Well, I think that your motto, "Fear is the new beauty," is particularly apropos for what's going on in today's world. How did you come up with that phrase?
Well, I think what got me interested again, you know, if you look at a lot of the stuff from the 50s, you have like the communism, Red Scare, Cold War, threat of nuclear holocaust, all that stuff. I think those elements of fear have always inspired me, and then I guess what sort of clicked was, like you said, how much that pertains to our situation today, and how much you know, what's going on today is really fear-based. You know, you look at the media, it's like fear, fear, fear. You got to buy this. Your teeth aren't wide enough. You're too fat. Whatever it is, you know. Or it's like the news. Everything's so over, you know, exaggerated. But now it's like cut to commercial. You got to buy this toothpaste. You know what I mean? So it's like I see a lot of contextual relations with the 50s and now, as far as the fear thing goes, times 100 today.
Now let me ask you this about some of your influences. You mentioned comic books, and you've got a real Lichtenstein kind of feel to your art. Who are some of the artists that have inspired you?
Lichtenstein is huge. All the pop artists, a lot of surrealists. I love Spanish artists. You know, Picasso is big, De Chirico is big, Goya, love Goya. But you know, honestly, I'm really inspired by nature, which sounds really cheesy to say.
And blowing it up, apparently.
Yeah, but you know, looking at, I guess, scenes of geometry in nature that happen naturally, I guess, you know, like some of the silhouettes and things like that, things that happen in nature that where geometry sort of occurs, not necessarily me trying to turn nature into geometry, but I guess recording nature as it looks geometric. I don't know if that makes any sense. Ravings of a madman, I guess, but I'm not really big into the whole, oh look, there's hidden stuff in here and there's a little kitten hiding over in the corner. Wow, you know, I'm not really into that. I like stuff that kicks you in the pants, you know, like you get it right away. It's bold and simple, you know. I think people remember things that are simple, and it's clear, and they get it, and it leaves more for interpretation. You know, I think a lot of times people try to say too much, you know, and force it down people's throat, and if you leave more open for meaning, people enjoy it more.
You know, one of the features on the Hub, Max, is our sticker wall, and I know that one of your pieces of art is one of the stickers. Is that up here somewhere?
It is. It's Viva Las Wasteland over here. This one was actually inspired off of just the mountains in the Las Vegas area. You know, of all the things you could see in Las Vegas, to me, I think the mountains are the coolest thing. You know, like sunrise, which we do a lot of driving at sunrise, or sunset, when we drive a lot during sunset. You know, the mountains are just beautiful. It's just really fascinating to me how everything gets silhouetted, almost like cutouts on paper, you know. And I guess I wanted the car to sort of mimic the spaceships, you know, like, so elements design-wise in the car sort of have that sort of streamlined space-age look to them.
And what's also interesting about it is the fact that they're not connected. I mean, normally these towers are made to run lines. There's no lines running between them, so they're almost like, you know, singular objects.
You're the first person to ever point that out. I was waiting till someone ever mentioned that.
Well, Max, thank you so much for talking to us. We are so proud to have you as one of our Hub Garage members.
Happy to be on there.
Thanks again, my man. And if you go to Hub Garage, you can hook up and be Max's buddy, as well as a bunch of other really cool artists on hubgarage.com.
This is Max Grundy at Fear is the New Beauty, and you're watching Hub Garage.